Rwanda has given Belgium diplomat 48 hours to leave the country, cutting ties with Brussels completely because Belgium has consistently, they say, undermined Rwanda. Rwandans are accusing Belgians of accusing them to be involved in what's happening in the Congo. You can go find out about it. America bombed the Houthis in Yemen. The Houthis bombed American ships back. This is something you've never seen before. Donald Trump says he's going to unleash hell on these people and he's going to punish Iran as well if he continues to give Houthis weapons they are using right now. South African presidency has expressed its regret over the expulsion of its ambassador. You know, they didn't push back by saying, take your ambassador back. They say, we regret. Fellas, I think the ability to see disrespect from miles away is much better than putting somebody back in his place after they disrespect you. I think greatness is that ability to actually repair, notice, point out to somebody, see that guy right there is bringing disrespect. That lady over there, let me not play. Yeah. You know, sometimes some people, you don't play with them. You don't make jokes with them. I remember one time going to a petrol station as they were filling up my car, because in Africa, you get somebody to actually fill up your car. It's not necessarily self-service like you see in many other countries. You park your car and somebody's filling up your car. And you run inside the shop to go buy some cold drinks, some cakes and stuff. I was hungry. So I got to the pay station and there was a few ladies, you know, selling and stuff, Africans. And you're trying to be nice. You're trying to be kind. You say, hey, how are you doing? How's your day? You look tired. I hope you're going to go rest and stuff like that. So I left. They were laughing, ha, ha, ha. You know. So some other day I came back and I found some people standing there in front of me. When my turn came, the lady I had spoken to the other day looked at me and said, oh, so you there you're going to pass me like you didn't see me? I'm like, what? No, so you there you're going to act like you don't know me, or, you know, you're just going to buy and pay and leave. I knew exactly what had occurred. There was a lack of respect. Why? Because I was nice to her. So unfortunately, with some people, you don't show that kind of friendliness. You don't. You keep distance between them. Rwanda said on Monday it had given Belgian diplomat 48 hours to leave the country and cutting up ties with Brussels. Yes, Rwanda at it with Brussels. They don't get along at all right now. So in a statement, Kigali foreign minister accused Belgium of interference. They say Belgium has consistently undermined Rwanda, both well before and during the ongoing conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in which Belgium has deep and violent historical role, especially in acting against Rwanda. So Belgium recently froze aid and suspended trade agreement over Kigali's aggression in neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. So basically, Belgium is accusing Rwanda of being part of the mayhem that's happening in the Congo. Belgium is accusing Rwanda of being part of the mayhem in the Congo. So they asked Belgian diplomats to leave the country. Belgium also declared Rwandan diplomats persona non grata, meaning they've lost their status in the country. They have to leave. Usually you have like 48 hours to leave the country. So they're going at each other and that's what it is. And now we're going to Yemen. Here's Yemen, fellas. So the United States of America and Yemens are going at each other. The USA bombed Yemen and Yemenis bombed back. Crazy stuff. You have never seen anything like this. America bombs you and you bomb their ships back. You bomb their warcraft.
شن العدو الأمريكي عدوانا سافرا على بلدنا خلال الساعات الماضية بأكثر من 47 غارة جوية استهدفت مناطق عدة في محافظات صنعاء وصعدة والبيضاء وحجة وضمار ومارب والجوف.
The United States and Houthi rebels in Yemen are both vowing escalation after the United States of America launched airstrike to deter the rebels from attacking military and commercial vessels in one of the world's busiest shipping corridors. So this is the map. Yemenis that are involved here are Houthis. Houthis are supporters of Palestinians. You all know by now the relationship between Israel and Palestine. It's not lovey-lovey, okay? So the Houthis have been defending Palestinians. They say they will destroy anything that is elevated against Palestine. They started by attacking sometimes commercial ships that belong to Israel, sometimes commercial ships that belong to Britain, sometimes anything that supports Israel. That's what it is. Now, in that side of the sea, you find a few American carriers with airplanes. They are based there just for showing strength. And this time around, Donald Trump decided to go bomb these guys. as he bombed these guys, they retaliated. The Houthis Health Ministry said that the strike from the United States of America killed at least 53 people, including 5 women and 2 children, and wounded almost 100 people in the capital. So, as you can see, women are being unalived, children are also being unalived. Are the Houthis enemies of America? Yes, surely, we can understand that. But are women and children also enemies of America? I don't think so. So, how do you manage that?
The Houthis, as representatives of the Yemenis, make their strategic and operational decisions on their own.
American says we are not going to have these people controlling which ship can go through and which ship cannot. And so your question is how long this will go on? It will go until they no longer have the capability to do that. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said. So they are willing to destroy these people. Now the thing is, whether you like them or not, these people are very resilient. I mean, yes, being bombed by B-52s and all that stuff and still keep on fighting, it takes a level of something to do that. Now, how are they going to stop them? Well, they say America needs to stop giving help to Israel, who is persecuting their friend, who is Palestine. And America says, we are not going to be dictated by how you want to behave. We are going to stop you from destroying ships from crossing the side. Now, they've been very resilient. President Trump on Saturday vowed to use overwhelming lethal force until the Houthis cease their attacks and warned that Tehran will be held fully accountable for their actions. So, many people believe the Houthis are supported and sponsored by Iran. And the relationship between Iran and America. It's not nice. Neither it is between Iran and Israel. So, could they be supported by Iran? Most likely. Because, the enemy of my enemy is probably my friend. So, the Houthis apparently have bombed a ship that belongs to America. They hit back 2 times in one day. It takes a level of something to do that. Crazy stuff. Who's going to win this? Question mark. Russia has intervened, saying that America should withhold the power and stop bombing the Houthis. In the same way that America went to Russia, say you need to stop the war and stuff like that, Russia did the same. It's a show of power. Like, okay, you also need to stop bombing these guys, okay? You need to find a diplomatic way to discuss with them. Crazy stuff. And now we're going to South Africa. Here's South Africa. Here's a map. Beautiful people, lovely place. If you've never been to South Africa, I suggest you go visit. It's very, very nice. It's a nice place. I was in South Africa 2 months ago. It was amazing. Always amazing. I have great friends, great people. Of course, you're going to find xenophobic people if you're worried about that. Yes, everywhere you go in the world, you find good people and bad people. Are there xenophobic people? Yes, there are. But there are a specific group of people. You can identify them. Everybody's xenophobic? No. Some of the people are really, really nice. Very, very nice. So don't worry about that. Actually, they don't all get along. Just like any other country, not everybody get along 100%. I'm sorry. It's not major, but they have internal fights. You will never see it. You need to know to understand. Just like any other place, just like any other family, people have internal fights. You may not see it on the outside. Oh, okay. Now, in South Africa, the presidency has expressed regret over the expulsion of its ambassador to the US, Ibrahim Rasool. In a post on X, South Africa has called all stakeholders to maintain diplomatic decorum in handling matters and reiterated its commitment to a strong relationship with the US. So the United States of America kicked out South African ambassador to the US because he made a comment. In his comment, he said the pressure that Donald Trump is using and even the MAGA, Make America Great Again system, when it comes to Africans and South Africa especially, it is a supremacist idea to try and impose their ideas on other people. Let me just remind you here that Donald Trump accused South African authorities of taking land from white people by force, which is not true, not entirely true. There was give and take between the two parties. Ibrahim Rasool, the South African ambassador to Washington, was speaking in a webinar explaining how he felt about the geopolitics right now.
Donald Trump is launching is an assault on incumbency, those who are in power, by mobilizing a supremacism against the incumbency at home, and I think I've illustrated abroad as well.
Then the American Secretary of State said that the South African ambassador was not welcome anymore. He needs to leave the country. South Africans are very disappointed. They feel like diplomacy should be done in diplomatic ways because there are diplomatic ways in how you proceed. You don't tweet about diplomacy. You don't write on the internet. You call your counterpart and you have a discussion. If you're not happy with the way a minister or an ambassador spoke, you should be reaching out to them to have a discussion with them, not tweeting. So what bothers many people is, unlike Rwanda, who has kicked away Belgians, say, get the hell out of our country because you don't like us, why haven't South Africa done the same with Americans? Say, you know what, since you've chased away our ambassador, how about we chase Joe so we can see how it goes? Well, people have a point. It's a very interesting point. It's a show of force. But is it profitable right now for South Africa to chase away the American ambassador as a show of force? Just to say, you know what, screw you. You can also go. We don't give a continent. Probably not. I think they're thinking about deeper than that. Sometimes the resolution to a fight is not necessarily a fight. I mean, you get in the street and somebody drives crazy and starts screaming at you and get out of the car and ask you to get out so you can fight. Do you get out and fight? Not necessarily. Even though they may look smaller than you, you have no idea. Maybe they have a gun. They want to shoot you in the head. I mean, I've had that before. Some Indian dude driving after me. I'm like, I'm going to blow this guy's head with the... I'm going to blow his head with... Yeah, literally. But I was like, no. This guy chased me for about 20 minutes in a car. Imagine 20 minutes, not with feet in the car. But I made the decision, you know what? I'm not stopping. Because you don't know what they have in the car. Some people may say you're scared and stuff. Well, I'd rather be scared than be shot. You know, you have family, you have parents and stuff. That is not worth it. So maybe South Africa is looking at its own interest right now and doesn't want any full-out, blown-out war against the United States of America. So instead of saying, take your ambassador back, they said, look, we're very disappointed. This is how it goes. We want to keep decorum. We want to keep things clean. Rwanda has given Belgium diplomat 48 hours to leave the country, cutting ties with Brussels completely because Belgium has consistently, they say, undermined Rwanda. Rwandans are accusing Belgians of accusing them to be involved in what's happening in the Congo. You can go find out about that. America bombed the Houthis in Yemen. The Houthis bombed American ships back. This is something you've never seen before. Donald Trump says he's going to unleash hell on these people and he's going to punish Iran as well if he continues to give Houthis weapons they are using right now. Russia took the opportunity to call back America and ask them to behave. This is not the way you should be behaving. South African presidency has expressed its regret over the expulsion of its ambassador. You know, they didn't push back by saying, take your ambassador back. They say, we regret. Is this maturity or weakness? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.